We are discussing here why private investment is not as encouraging as it ought to be.
There are four key engines of growth: government expenditure, private consumption, exports, and private investments. The first three cylinders are growing very well, firing on all cylinders. Consumption, domestic consumption is our strength. And government, the present government, when it came to power in 2014, they had a strategy of investing, ramping up investments as public investments. Because public investments are a precursor to private investment. Public investments are a confidence builder for private investments to come in. If you see exports, last 6 months, the exports have been rising month on month. In fact, last month it had a double-digit growth. Barring a few sectors, exports have grown. So the problem or the troubled area is private sector.
What is it that's holding back consumption?
One of the major reasons to my mind is that earlier, when real GDP growth was only around 6 or 6.5%, the nominal GDP growth, including inflation, used to be 12, 13, 14%. Now our real GDP growth has accelerated a little to 7, 7.5%. But because inflation has been very low, nominal GDP growth is growing only at around 8%. So the feel-good factor of many consumers has been poor.
Post-demonetization, there is a lot of concern on the return of the Inspector Raj. I wanted to get both of your thoughts into this. Would you say that return of the Inspector Raj would be warranted because the intent seems to be cracking down on black money and corruption? And what's the fallout of that?
See, you are worried or there is fear in you if you do something wrong. First of all, why do we have to do something wrong? Why do you want to evade taxes? Why do you want to make black money? If your company or you are running a straight business and you pay your normal taxes, we are not fearful of anything. We are not harassed by any tax inspectors. Only if you do something wrong, you are harassed. Like people who have deposited large sums of money in the bank account due to demonetization, they should be harassed. They should be questioned and they should be penalized.
Okay. Mr. Godrej? Will it hurt the spirit of...
Yeah, I feel that there are very good objectives, like you mentioned. But objectives should be sought to be achieved not by cracking down, or at least certainly not by only cracking down. It must be incentivization. The system should be such that the need to, the opportunity to do anything incorrect should be discouraged. And I think that would work very well. So I think there must be more emphasis on incentivization. And to my mind, one of the big change we need in this country is lower rates of direct taxes, especially on corporates.
Okay.